Rock Chalk Jayhawk. The Kansas Jayhawks go on ahead and go 3-0 in the Players era, get technically third place, and are able to prove that even with their easier schedule, the success that they had was not a fluke. This is a very impressive win, given all the circumstances. It just proves more why I think the Big 12, when March comes around, could have the best total success of any conference with just how good the top of this conference is. Kansas comes in and beats a Tennessee team that was undefeated up to this point, had just come off a win versus Houston, where their best player struggled in Nate Ament. He comes back, drops 20 points and 9 boards in this game, and KU doesn't have Darren Peterson, who's by far their best player and one of the best freshmen in the country, Jaden Dawson, a very valuable bench player, and Trey White, who had 14 points in 20 minutes, ends up fouling out pretty early, and they still win. And I view this, honestly, as just a huge coaching win for Bill Self, because these 3 days, you don't know who you're playing on the third game until basically 10 p.m. the night before. And KU came out here and controlled the glass completely. They didn't allow Tennessee, who is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, as I mentioned in my last video when they beat Houston. They didn't let him get any of their extra possessions and their normal amount of second chance points. They were down 12 points in the second half and rally back with a guy who has finally shown out here in Elmarco Jackson, who literally went on an 11-0 run by himself in the middle of this game. I'm not even kidding. The most points he had in a game before this was 12 points, and that was 2 years ago. For Tennessee, as you look at the team stats here, biggest thing is definitely going to be the three-point shooting. Obviously, I mentioned the offensive rebounds, 12 to 10. I mean, normally Tennessee, the way they're winning is they're completely crashing the offensive glass. Kansas just didn't allow them to do in this game, and they obviously shoot 7 for 25 from 3, which was mainly from one player. If you didn't see it earlier, it was Jacoby Gillespie, the transfer from Maryland, shot 1 for 10 from 3. Obviously not ideal, 5 for 11 from the field. But it's not like KU just got lucky with him missing shots. They are almost top 10 in opponent three-point percentage, and they have played, as we mentioned, a lot of big games, including UNC and Duke. Here's the rest of their schedule here. Obviously, you see some really good games here. Ideally, Darren Peterson will be back for these big games here, especially versus UConn. But either way, if this team can have games like this where they are hitting on all cylinders, especially defensively, even without Darren Peterson with him in, I think the ceiling for this team is much higher than maybe we initially thought.